Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect, where in the previous episode we went ahead and took an extortionate amount of loans out in order to increase the amount of prisoners that we have in order to reduce our deficit, which is a bit of a weird way of saying we borrowed money in order to reduce our debt, which is normally not how it works, but we did spend it in the right place. We managed to get 2 other cell block and shower combos, bring our total capacity up to 60, then an additional one when we had to build this padded cell because we now have a criminally insane inmate. I wasn't sure how they had turned up, but as it transpired, they can simply evolve or turn, for lack of a better term, I guess, from any standard prisoner. So we'll have to keep an eye out for more of those. I'm just going to lock open these doors because, well, we should have to do that. We have additional 2 yards to put in, as well as 2 additional common rooms and a lot of flooring, but we currently only have just under 7,000 and are receiving minus 1,527 per day. We got several grants done in the previous episode too, and we are still working on several now. We've got the MaxSec infrastructure grant, which we are nowhere near completing. We have the inmate nutritional research, which we are halfway done with that one because we did serve single low quantity, low variety meal. The reason for that is because, quite frankly, we were trying to save money, and that was the best way of doing it, and getting the half of that grant done on top was just an added bonus. So that was cool. We also have the criminally insane wing, which we have build a wing / cell block for the criminally insane with 10 padded cells, which is actually, see, it's all lined out. Well, we've only got 1. But it's interesting. Well, it says 10 padded cells. We've got 1, so I don't know why that's been ticked. We have intake 10 criminally insane prisoners, which we can do and will be doing this episode, and hire 2 psychiatrists. We've already started work on this building here. This is going to be one of our psychiatrist's office. I am going to go ahead and go to walls and doors, and then to probably a standard door, I would imagine. Put those in, and then put in the walls, because we do want to get that grant done. And it requires an additional one. We'll also dismantle this door here as well. So dismantle, there we are. In this episode, we will continue on, get some more prisoners. We will, as I said, build up this on the left-hand side. At minimum, we need to get more cells, more of the psychiatrist office, and somewhere for them to eat, which is actually going to be up here probably. So let's go ahead and get some more money, but oh wait, we cannot. If we go over to grants, you can see that there's no extra grant that we can get, and probably, oh, there's the fighting, and this is going to result in a death. And yes, there we are, 1 death today. That, I'm going to guesstimate, is going to be the butcher. Yes, the Istanbul butcher, as you can see, is now fighting, and this is something that we did expect. Let's go to guard response over here, and pretty much every guard that we can bring over here should be brought over here. This is the legendary prisoner that we had evolve from the previous episode. Now, there has been several suggestions in order to put them in a safer space for not just themselves, but also for the overall prisoner population. Things like, for example, building this area here, where we can have them in, not only this is protective custody, but also have a wing just for the legendary prisoners. Now, under normal operating conditions and circumstances, we wouldn't even need to do that, simply because, let me just go to guard response here and bring every single guard, because quite frankly it's getting a bit annoying. Yeah, we wouldn't normally have the need for that, because under normal conditions, receiving low or medium quality or standard quality inmates, you wouldn't get legendary prisoners. You would have to bring in the other ones. So this is just, you know, one of those things that it was triggered by an event, so that's why that happened. Anyway, we can see that we have now managed to stop them, but not before they have murdered. Oh, it says fresh fish in brackets there. I wonder what that's all about. Have they just recently arrived? That is a possibility. Fresh fish. Yeah, prisoner fresh fish. That's not the name, right? No. We have these 3 guards that have been sadly killed by that legendary prisoner, and also Benjamin as well. I'm just going around and seeing about this fresh fish status. I wonder if it's to do with them just arriving. We'll see in but a moment. We've just got some intake, as you can see, coming along here. We'll go over to intelligence, informants. We can see that there are no traits on any of the people in the bus, so that is fine. We'll just go back to normal speed, check them out. Yeah, fresh fish. So it just means that they've just recently turned up. I wonder if that actually does anything. Like, does having that status make you more in danger or be targeted or anything like that? I really don't know. As you can see, the bodies of the guards are being taken out and put onto the hearse there. Sadly, we don't have we don't have a morgue or anything in here. It was something we didn't plan on having. But anyway, you see that's now underway. That's also caused us a massive issue because in terms of valuation, we can no longer sell shares. We need a minimum value of 50,000 and no recent deaths. We've just had that recent death, which basically means that we can't get any more money. So what we build here and what we spend is basically what we have. Now, I can't go to foundation and to the building of the room up here because that's going to cost it's actually, we could build it, but I'm not going to build it because quite frankly we really don't have the money for that. The problem is that this person does have a need for things and they are sadly not going to have that need met, but we'll see how we get on. What I'm going to do is run a pipe. Do I want to run pipe just up there, or do I want to run straight across? I think straight across like that is going to be the better solution. And all we'll do is we'll connect it up at this end and then this end, and that should hopefully have everything connected. Now, once that's underway, I'm going to go to here, go to rooms, and then to the psychiatrist office, and we'll designate those as a psychiatrist office. There's minimum size of 4x4, which it is now saying that it is not. There we go, I was unpausing, that's all it was. Need office desk, chair, wide sofa, file cabinets, etc. So we'll do that. So we're going to zoom right in, get our context-sensitive object thing up, go and place the desk in and then the chair, although having it in there might be a bit better. No, I think it was fine where it was, so we'll place that one there. We're going to go to normal speed, place that one there. There's no point in really cloning this, not for the two that we're placing in. One there, and then the filing cabinet, which can go up the top. We do need, what was it, a wide sofa? I think it was a wide sofa. So wide sofa can go in here, like so, and then you've got all manner of equipment that you can get. So you've got leather sofa, you've got flipboard and charts and things like that. Gravestones supplied for every death that takes place in your prison, outdoor only. So it's not necessary, you don't need it, but it is there. So a lot of this stuff, like the medicine cabinet and all of the things that will improve your treatment, sadly, we can't have in here. We do have a lot of things like the sign for canteens and infirmary and things like that. I do plan on utilising a lot of these, but at the moment we can't really make the prison better. We can't beautify it because, quite frankly, we don't have the money. And these orderlies are still stuck on that bridge, the bridge still being a problem. Look at that, they go there, but they can't go past. And you tell them to go past, and then they start heading off. And I don't even know where they're going because there's no reason for them to be around this area. But anyway, we can see that this person has changed to maximum security. I'm going to put them to the minimum. Do I want to put them to minimum security or not? Let me just double check here. Over to our, where is it, deployment, and that is actually assigned strangely to MinSec only, so they shouldn't even be allowed in there because they're still there. Or what they'll probably do is move them to a different cell. So what I'll have to do, I'll keep them on their rating, and I will just change that to shared. That shouldn't be a problem. Right, so we'll speed up to max speed and let things crack on. We have these two officers underway. We're going to go to staff and to a psychiatrist, which is $1,000 for each one, but we're going to get that done because we're going for this grant here. We're then going to go over to our programs and go down to Psychiatric consultation. So it says 0 in the queue, but it's 1+1 session. All criminally insane inmates require regular one-on-one calming sessions with the psychiatrist to help reduce their growing feeling of suppression. Lack of a psychiatrist can trigger violent outbreaks and other unique reactions from these prisoners. So we're going to start that, which does cost 150 a go. It does say the room's not found, but it should be fine now when I reschedule that, which is fine. We're going to not run any more than one. The moment there is no reason to run any more than one because, as you can see, we only have these prisoners here. So what I need to do is clone this over to this side and work that way. So let's go over to our quick build and clone, and we're going to clone this section here, and then we can place that there. The problem is that the lights are in, oh, actually they're in the, are they in the right place? They are not in the right place, but there we go. We're going to place that there, and no, they are in the right place. That is fine. Not for our original plan, but for this one. So we're just going to continue building until we run out of cash, which happens to be now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. That's exactly what we wanted. So we're going to go to intake, and we'll say fill capacity, criminally insane, max it out. It will currently say fill to 61. Nothing's going to be in that list. However, we will get that eventually. There's a saw that's been found in a box of eggs. I'm not too sure how you place a saw in a box of eggs, but we'll just not question it. Anyway, so we have 25% for our 3 high-variety, high-quantity meals for 2 days. That's on the go. 27% now and going up. We have 2 out of the 3 criminally insane wing tick marks done, and also we'll intake 10 criminally insane inmates once this is built. We have lost 3 of the guards, however I was overstaffed in the first place, so it's not a big problem. We do need to place as a priority the walkway around these areas because it's a bit slow to go. Actually, we don't, looking at it. I mean, it's only these sections here that I would like to do. I do want to go to this section though and lock that door open, and that should be fine. What I'm noticing is just how dirty this place is as well. In terms of staff, we do have a couple of janitors, so I'm just wondering why they haven't done that. Actually, let's go over to our... because I don't think I've done this. Let me go over to logistics and prison labour, and we will assign prison labour to the cleaning cupboard and to the laundry because, quite frankly, we can. And something I should have done earlier. You see, max job says 33 now, so originally the max jobs was 20 just on anything. It looks like that has changed a little bit. Anyway, this person is locked down in their cell. I don't know how long they have to go, but quite frankly, I don't care. It'll just stay there and they can do what they want, and if they kick off, then we'll just have to deal with that as it comes. You can see there a lot of prisoners just went all hands to mop and started to go around there. You can see that there's a lot of food on those plates and a lot of food on the floor by the look of it too. So you can see that also the danger level is low and a lot of prisoners are well fed. That is a positive status, that is good. Some prisoners do have some serious complaints, and we'll check those out now if we go to needs, and we can see that is an environment need. Okay. So there is an environmental need there, which can never go to critical, I believe. Can't go to critical. There is a critical food need and hygiene need. I'm not too sure what the critical hygiene need would be because all prisoners here should be fine. And where are the workers? Where are the workers? The workers are currently doing absolutely nothing. And why is that? Because there is a door there for them to get to this area. Why is that not getting built at all? I've prioritized it. It should work. That is a problem because none of that has been built. Is it the money? We can't afford to intake that. But we bought it as we placed it, surely. I guess it's that. I guess it's that we just didn't buy it. Even though we were using a quick build, it didn't buy it. Anyway, I'm going to unpause it. I'm going to do a full shakedown tonight. Max speed. In 7 hours, we will intake 1 minimum security. I am going to go over to intake and say, ooh, right. Take insect to nothing. Number per day, 10. I'm going to take 10 criminally insane inmates. Wow, that's 30 grand. That's going to be a handful, obviously. But hopefully enough that we can build this up very, very quickly. Also, more importantly, it's quite interesting. Like I said, this has been a learning experience for me. This is like the first time I'm really seeing these criminally insane inmates and going through and doing all the programs and having to deal with it. The bugs are very annoying, to say the least, having to work around the bridges being a bit iffy and all that sort of thing. Hopefully we'll see that fixed. I have tried multiple things. It does seem to be that the only way to fix it, air quotes, is to have an alternate route to wherever, and then they'll happily go across it. I know there's been these double bridges here, people saying we can remove those and it fixes it. It doesn't. I have tried it. So there you are. You can see we've got a lot of stuff that's been found, and we expect the majority of this, yeah, look at that, to be flung in. Did state that if stuff was right along this line, then it was probably going to be what we mentioned, which was that it's exactly 10 right across there, not including the walls. So that's why, yeah. You can see they are still shackled in there because they've got 3 hours more in lockdown. They can stay there for all I care. That is the better in that cell than anywhere else, I think. Anyway, we've got a couple more prisoners arriving. I would say, can I go to extra 1 and open that up and say the ratio to that? That's fine, because we do have... how many prisoners can we have? Currently holding 60 prisoners... and our capacity is shared of 60. So we can actually do that. There we go. So we got 12 people turning up. 10 of them being criminally insane inmates. 2 of them being... let's go to full capacity now. And then the other ones being the low-risk ones. You can see we do have a lot of people turning up and also a lot of money now in the kitty. I'm going to go over to our grants, I think. And do I want to decrease the bank loan? I'm going to decrease it somewhat. To there will be... Take it down to 60 grand. And there we go. And that should be enough for us to build the majority of the buildings that we need around here. So let's crack on with that. So this is going to be our canteen. We will have a canteen entrance probably just on one side. I think here is totally acceptable. So we'll go over to our... Where will it be? Walls and doors. Standard door? No, I think a jail door is the way forward. Rotate that around and put it there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is now centralized. We will place a brick wall there either side to crack on with that. You can see that with the introduction of these inmates and them turning up, there's a lot of stuff just being bought, which is excellent. Going to go over to our intelligence and then informants, and we can see that we've got criminally insane over there. We've got ex-law enforcement and ex-prison guard there, so they are in danger from people like him, who is currently going around and is really wanting drugs. They are shouting a lot about drugs. Anyway, where are the remainder of our prisoners? We did say criminally insane, so they should have arrived. I'm not too sure exactly where they are. Let me just double check over on the prisoners there, and we can see that there's still only one criminally insane inmate. Did I not intake it? Did I change it just before? I think I might have done. So where did all that money come from? Huh. I'm obviously missing something. Because we received a lot of money. Oh, it's kicking off again. So we've got the legendary prisoner who is currently fighting the cat. Okay, this is the first time we've seen the cat under duress and in action. And they are clawing away at who? Who are they clawing away at? Oh. The Istanbul butcher is dead. Mauled to death by guard dog. Ha! Wrong. It was actually a cat. It does state legendary, extremely strong, tough, volatile, stoical, deadly, and fearless. Ah, the dog handler was killed, which means I believe there is a routine for the dog to take revenge, air quotes, if that makes any sense. Like they basically, they don't have any handler, they will just go off. And I think that's what happened there. I mean, all death's bad, but I'm finding it very hard to shed any tear that that guy was the person that just got mauled by a cat, if I'm totally honest. Maybe that makes me a bad person, probably does. But at the same time, out of sight, out of mind in this particular case, and he was called the Istanbul Butcher. I mean, it's not cut and dry, but yeah. Anyway, we will go ahead and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is fine. Let's go ahead and place some of this place in. That doesn't make any sense. We're going to build this. We're going to go and build all of the metal detectors and things like that in here. This is going to be our funds, out of mind, out of sight. Brilliant. We are out of funds and we cannot build this. What can we do though? We can probably take some more money. No, we can't. We cannot increase our bank loan because we actually have a negative credit rating. We cannot sell some shares. So basically it's just a matter of waiting for all of this to be sorted. So we have this person who is quite rightly, they are shouting about food, and they really should get that. Why can the kitchen not? Why can they not be supplied by the kitchen? I'm guessing it's just because. Well, it's not because of the deployment. Although, no, that's fine. They can go across there. Let me just check. Quick build. Padded holding cells, rooms. Oh no, that's fine. Okay, not too sure why then we can't. They can't eat over there, which is a bit strange. Anyway, we are going to receive several prisoners. So we're filling to capacity the entire facility. You can see that we have on intake, fill capacity. We have criminally insane maxed out and MinSec as well. That is now fine. So we will receive those shortly. We don't have the Istanbul Butcher here, so that is actually sort of like not a great issue for us anymore. Not exactly the way I would like to deal with the problem, but because it was quite interesting having them here, but we quite simply didn't have the facilities for them to be here. The problem is that you can't transfer them to another facility. It was an event that made them pop up. That's just how it is. You can see there are some overdoses here, but we have some doctors coming to treat them. Actually, yeah, doctors coming to treat them rather than the guards go over to take them to the infirmary. But yes, it was something that we would not normally do, and we would not normally have those type of prisoners, those legendary prisoners. It was just the event that kicked off. Anyway, so the priority, the absolute priority, as soon as we get some prisoners, is to get this built up, because quite frankly, that person there has been without food for a couple of days now, and yes, you can have prisoners starve. It's not something that we've seen often. Normally it's a bit easier to manage, but as I said, it was an unknown quantity for me, so it's my fault. I'm not trying to move blame, but it's something I've never seen before, and they are now orange. I'm guessing because their level up there has moved up somewhat, and it's actually gone down there. Strangely, the guard come along was the one that did that, or was it the orderly? I don't know. Where are the orderlies? Let's check where these orderlies are. We've got staff, and one's there, one's there. They are stuck on a bridge again. Can you not, please? Alright. We'll send them over that way then, and then they're going to wander out, and then go halfway across the bridge and stop. It's not annoying in the slightest, honestly. Right, so we are going to get some inmates in but a moment. We actually will probably get a grant done. Oh, we have the grant done. My mistake. We'll go over to our grants, and we see we've done the food grant. So we're going to go for cell block C. 10 grand advance payment there. And use this money to get this done. So canteen, clicky, clicky, draggy, draggy. And then we will go for our deployment. Insane only. Get that selected there. For the stuff in here, quite usual, really. There's nothing much to go on about. We'll place 1, 2, 3, 4 serving tables in there. In the centre then, I think we'll just go for things like benches and stuff. We'll probably build the benches from that side along. Tables and benches there. Table and bench there. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and then that one. 1, 2, 3. That one there. 1, 2, 3. That one there. And that'll be fine. Bench. Like so. Actually, we might as well go there and there as well. And we'll put on either side the phone booths like we usually do. And quite frankly, I think power is normally something we tend to put in these areas. So there is a massive intake. We can see that, we have got that grant done. So that's taken us from our negative money to now positive daily cash flow and a nice healthy bank balance of 65 grand. That allows us to go over to grants and decrease this bank loan, and for some reason it only decrease it by 500 per day, but we are going to pay off probably 30 grand of it. I think that would be probably the way to go. And obviously that's still a big bank loan, but that's about right. We've got 30 grand still there. So we need to hire some more people. Staff, cooks, probably no. Guards, extra guard, orderlies, at least another 4. And hopefully that'll be alright. This serving table's now in. We have an overdose here, but looks like they've already been treated, which is fine. Food is not coming in here. I'm waiting for the cooks to sort that out. They are cooking still, so they should hopefully come and put some food. And whoa, that person is running all over the place. Status agitated. So they're running around. They're actually being sick on the floor there. Are the orderlies? The orderlies are just stuck on this bridge and are doing absolutely nothing. Move off. Like that. See that? They went straight across, but the other ones are not. And they're tired now. And resting on a bridge. I am going to try something. Dismantle. Let's dismantle this one side, this entire bridge. Just one side of it. But I want to check to see if... Don't see the guards are stuck. Yep, so they dismantle it and then get completely stuck. That's suboptimal. Let's move them across. And it looks like, no, we have the orderlies going across and getting stuck again. Yeah, they just get stuck. Right, so there's just no solution to that problem as far as I can tell. We do have the ability for... Hang on, was there someone in there? No, that is definitely staff only, so that's fine. I was just going to check the people going across there. You can't change that to anything, sadly. Yeah. So we have someone wandering around there. No prisoners are assigned to that canteen. Well, there should be, so... No canteens accessible from that cell. I disagree about that, unless there's a very specific canteen. Nope, there is not. Is it that? Yes, it is. So I haven't assigned it to... I haven't assigned that to insane sec. And now they're all there, and hopefully delivery of food will be forthcoming. I have not changed it from the three eat times, simply because I want food to be delivered there as soon as possible, because there's some inmates that haven't eaten. I'm going to hire 2 more cooks. And actually, you know what? I will probably now, in our regime, change this eat time. Where are we at? We're on... Time are we on? There. So, go to lockup in the centre. Medium quantity, medium variety. That should do us quite nicely. And we should now be running some programs. No one wants to run it. The psychiatric consultation. 0 in the queue. So what's the point in running loads then? That's interesting. Anyway, we have some overdoses over here. And people that shouldn't be there. I think that person, Morgan, has been... they've transitioned over to be a criminally insane inmate. So 1 and then 2. So that is fine. We'll get that built. We have people going over to the canteen, which thankfully has now got some food in it. This is good. Okay. Phone booths. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Actually does quite nicely. Go over to more buildings. Build this. And build this. We'll have probably the, for the time being, fence across there, across there. In terms of doors, large jail door either side. In terms of this, I mean, technically we're having a door. But I mean, yeah. Oh, we don't actually need both sides, now that I think of it. Because this is going to be the shower. Because this is the right size for the shower. This is going to be our common room. We don't actually need to have it indoors, but we are going to have it indoors. Just because that's how we built it so far. Drains will go right along either side. These doors will be locked. Actually, we won't even need to lock anything open. We'll just have it like that. And we'll have... Do you want to have showers right on the edge? I'll cancel that, actually. Cancel that. Maybe something a bit more interesting we can go with. Like the shower pillars. Maybe. There's no real reason to do it, though, is there? I'm going to shove us all the way around the outside. No, you can't. It's not going to work out. I'm thinking, do we need bathroom sinks? I don't think we need them. Nah, I don't think we need them. Okay, so we're just going to have this as a shower block. That's all it's going to be. So showers on either side there. We'll have the shower heads going either side too, like that. We will designate that as a shower, like so. That is now done. We'll have this side. I'm going to dismantle this side. The reason for that is I want to have... I know these are not totally central, by the way. It's just, yeah, didn't have the time to fuss on the symmetry side of it. You can see that Evans here is status agitated, and they are going around there. I want to go to deployment and to patrols. I want to get a blue patrol with patrols around the outside. Now, this is going to be our dog patrol, which will go to the end there and probably over to that side as well, just like that. And then we'll assign a dog handler to that. We do need to get some more. We're going to go to a magenta patrol. And the magenta patrol will run along here like so. And that will have, in terms of the assignment, orderlies. So we'll have 2 of those assigned to that. And hopefully they'll go in there, which should be fine. We are still working on the shower, which we will obviously put an electrical cable in there. And then we do need to put a water pipe in there too, which I think it's probably best if I go to there and then to there. And then we'll run a large pipe from there straight up. And that will connect everything together. So that should be fine. So we have a canteen, we have a shower, we have all of these inmates in here, and we have the additional grant if we wanted it too. Let's have a quick look at our grants. Manufacturing facility, no, we'll go for the Reform Through Education Initiative, which gives us a nice amount of money. I am going to go to our intake and turn off the criminally insane inmates because we've got enough already, and like I say, it's an unknown factor. We're just trying to work out how this is going to go. So I think we will... Oh dear. See an escape. We have a tunnel from there. To be fair, I haven't been doing a lot of shakedowns, been too busy building, but probably time for a shakedown. It's not time for shakedown, it's actually too late for that shakedown, but we have had an escape. I'll go to remove tunnels, we'll see how we get on there, but it wouldn't surprise me if that wasn't the only one. And we didn't detect it, probably because if we go over to staff, we only have 1 dog handler. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. There's more dog handlers, and it was the understaffing that has caused that. And obviously it was the lack of fundage which we had there originally. So yeah, we're already finding some more tunnels, which is something we did expect, but we're also going to now trying to stop that by going ahead and placing some stuff there. And oh, loads of tunnels there. So we do have a tunnel around here. And you can see it's going along there. So there's blatantly a tunnel around there. We will check that out next episode. We have received, oh sorry, will receive very shortly some more prisoners. But overall, I would say I'm quite happy with how we're getting on. We have managed to arrest the disaster that was our bank balance and income. Get that a bit sorted. We now have criminally insane inmates, which we will go through and treat. We have no legendary prisoner anymore. We have had 1 escape, but now with the extra patrols, with the extra staff, extra money, we can get back on track. We still have these weird bugs where they like to rest on a footbridge, but I don't know what else to do. You can see they're happily walking across here. That works. That is all fine. But there you are. We're leaving it there. Next episode, we will go ahead and probably finish off more areas around here, get another canteen put in, overall expand and see how we get on. We may even go ahead, if we have the resources and time, to maybe go ahead and build around this area, which will eventually be things like the shop and a classroom, that sort of thing. But we'll have to see how we get on. And as you can see, we have 2 dog handlers here, Beth and Angel. We're currently sitting on the footbridge, and the dogs are going ahead and going there. We don't have any wires because footbridges are, quite frankly, broken. Anyway, hope you have enjoyed the episode and the series thus far. Comments in the comments. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.